Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Story Mode and the continuation of one of our side stories. Yes, it is time for us to check back in with a certain character who we met and interacted with a good deal earlier. Ciela here. There's more to this story and some other character stories even that we're going to get into. Again, entirely optional, entirely marked as side quest optional stuff that I'm guessing many people, including some of the people watching this, missed entirely and didn't realize existed. So this will be fun. Also, just another thing I kind of like at night in this area, I like that this capital city, more than most in the game, feels really dimly and insufficiently lit at night. Not great for recording necessarily, but it feels right for the vibe of this place, which is built for constant daylight. Like, built with the expectation that night would just never be a thing, and so they really didn't have sufficient lighting installed everywhere to light the place up at night. It's just a bunch of lanterns around, casting like really harsh, bright spots in tiny, localized areas, and the rest is just like really dimly lit all the time. It feels extremely correct for this city, and I love that attention to world-building detail by the environment artists. Just very good. Anyway, Ciela, hi. It's been a little while. Ciela appears surprised, though not displeased, to see you. If it isn't Derman, loitering about the stairs just like any old evening. And here I was worried that you'd gone back to your world for good, and I was too late. It's just that I've been thinking about the crystals belonging to the Warriors of Light. I hear they ended up with you after you lot defeated the Virtues. I assume you have Ardberts as well? Indeed. That does seem appropriate. His bond with Seto is deep and enduring. As for the others, I had hoped you might be persuaded to leave them in my care. It was only right that they, like Ardbert, should accompany you on your journey to set this world back on its proper course. Yet you now have a home you must return to, while the first is theirs. After all they did to keep it safe, they deserve to be here, to see what its future holds. She makes a good point. Oh, don't make that face. I know it's a big decision, but it needn't fall entirely on you. There are others here who care for the Warriors of Light as much as you do, aren't there? I suppose there are. Maybe we should go see them. Jot, you're closest. And cutest. And drunkest. Now that's some damn fine ale. How many should I order for you? I know you ain't much of a drinker, so 6, 7? Jot, focus for just 2 seconds, please. What? You want help deciding the fate of Lamit's crystal? And the others too? Does this place have any bigger tankards? Well, if you insist. Louis owes me drinks, plural, so I'll make sure he joins us. Maybe find Granson while I'm at it. You go on and wait for Sarag and Tainer. Order around while I'm out, you hear? Sure. Okay, yes. I can do that. Glenard, 1 round for me, please. And Sarag, and not Tainer. Please don't tell me you've been getting rounds for Tainer. Surely not. You're responsible. Jot seems excited. Should I be concerned? Yes. Good to see you, Derman. What did you say that has Jot so worked up? The crystals, huh? That does sound like a conversation worth getting everyone together for. Did Louis really promise to pay for Jot's drinks? That's a disaster in the making. Not just hers. Rounds for the lot of us. Might be that the lad yet has a few things to learn about coin and the scarcity thereof. Still, I'll not turn down his generosity. Go and tell the barkeep we'll be needing food and ale for the table. Fine, but please try to exercise some restraint. I'll not carry you back to the room again. Hey, gang. Here we are. How much of a head start did you get? Should I ask him to bring out the cask? I reckon we should hear Dermot out first. So you're telling me that the barmaid was one of Nialbert's companions, not to mention the Shadowkeeper? And from a different world. That's laying it on a bit thick. It certainly raises questions. Quite. Such as how she retains her youthful visage. Not that. I had my suspicions about her. The other night I was at the counter, quaffing my ale, having a grand time, and next I realize I'm outside without a guild to my name. And it ain't the first time. Giot, I'm not sure that's the reason. It could only be the power of the Shadowkeeper. And not that you drank enough to fell a small army. If Dermot says it true, I'm inclined to believe it. Which leaves us with the matter of entrusting the crystals to her. She's right that this was Brandon's home. The others too. And it's home to their most important memories. Not all of them good, maybe, but everyone they loved is laid to rest here. I agree. Nialbert belongs here. Ardbert crystals with Seto in this world. Lamit would want to be near. Renda Ray as well, I think. She'd want to be with her friends in the place that she loved. It seems we all agree. A toast, then, to the Warriors of Light. To the Warriors of Light. Drink up. I'm paying, and as bounty hunters, I expect you all to take proper advantage of that. I hate to disappoint, but I'm not much for alcohol. This juice looks nice, though. That's not... Oh dear. Oh boy. Grandson? I apologize. How did you manage this? Twice the mess in half the time as normal patrons, I swear. I overheard your conversation, by the way. Do you agree with your friends? These crystals are yours, Storykeeper, or they would know best. I like this one, actually. Both good. Tough choice, but I do like this. These crystals are yours, Storykeeper. Their legacies are safe with me. You have my word. Thank you. I can feel them. Their memories. Why? Why, damn it? You're all just like Ardbert. I betrayed you. I manipulated you, and still... You thought of me as a comrade, a friend, until the very end. Well, my work here is done. Good to see everyone standing and alive. Oh, my head. I did warn you. You did. My apologies. I will listen better next time. Diot. Phew. Can't remember the last time I was so drunk. Or any of the other times neither, but that ain't important. A successful sousing calls for a celebratory ale. Please go apologize to Tainer at some point. We finally managed to clean up after you lot, for the most part. Perhaps next time we should set down a tarpaulin. Nevertheless, I'm grateful to you for entrusting these to me. And as long as I live, I'll never stop sharing the true tale of the Warriors of Light. Of my friends. See that you do, or don't, or you know what I mean. Yes. That was nice. Also, there's more. I think this is the one. Ciella's not finished with you yet. Seeing the lot of you together like that, it reminds me of the old days. Ardbert and the rest, drinking and bickering and laughing. Drove each other half mad at times, but there was never any question of who'd be there when times got tough. Can't help but wonder, can I? If I'd had companions like that back home, could it have been saved? I'm not the only one who tried, though each of us stood alone. There was Unukalhai, who's a very familiar name. We've met. He was working with Elidibus at the time. That nigh unpronounceable name sounds familiar. It sure does. He was working with Elidibus at the time. Yes, he too was one would-be savior of the 13th, and was spared his fated demise by Asian devices. We spoke once, after the destruction of our world. If the others could be saved, we thought, we yet had parts to play. What he's up to now that Elidibus is gone, though, I have no idea. Has he found himself a new role, as I have? Or does he feel as adrift as we were back then? If you encounter him in the Source, I ask that you help him find a way forward, just as you've helped all of us here. That's a great idea. We've not really checked in on that kid in a while, and he's got to be feeling very bored just sitting there in Minfilia's old office. Let's go check in. Unukalhai! Have we been feeding you? Well, you're still alive. Are you hungry? I don't know if anyone's been checking on you in here. Kizaru probably has. She's responsible. But, hey, sorry I haven't really checked in much recently. Met a friend of yours, though. Well met, Derman. What brings you here today? Urianger did apprise me of your travels in the First, and of what became of Elidibus at long last. But I was not aware that you were working with Silva. I consider her a comrade of sorts, though our time together was short. Looking upon the twisted remains of the world you tried to save creates a bond that few can understand. At that time, we spoke of what we could hope to achieve with our newfound immortality, and of our regrets. Though I then believed what had happened to be the natural result of my age and inexperience, I now think this was merely the least painful explanation I could offer myself. Silva was right. We ought to have sought each other out before it was too late. I would not make the same mistake again. With the warring triad gone, I am indeed in need of new purpose, but to seek it alone is folly. I should like to speak with Silva, assuming such a thing is possible. As I mentioned, she understands how I feel more than any other. There could be a way. All I require is your soul. Let's, no need to be dramatic about it yet, Derman. There might just be a way, though. You speak of the spirit vessel, correct? The means by which the Scions returned to the Source. If I understand the principles at work correctly, then it was a near miracle that you succeeded in bringing them back without killing them. If Elidibus is to be believed, however, my current state makes me something of an exception in matters of life and death. In which case, there's naught to be lost from making the attempt. Please, say you'll help. You got it. We are going to need an expert in spirit vessels, because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. But you've worked with me before, so you knew that part. Pray, forgive the delay. Thou didst seek my counsel. Aye, the gifts granted young Unukalhai by Hydaelyn and the Ascians may prove a boon in easing the transition. However, I know not to what extent, nor what might befall thy spirit should it be lost betwixt worlds. Nevertheless, I know that this is my path forward. Please, Urianger. Very well. If thou believest that thou shalt find new purpose in the first, I will do all in my power to see thee safely there. We shall be but a few moments. Mayhap a worthy tome might keep thee occupied whilst I perform the necessary magics. Yeah, sure. I'll find something to keep me busy. I've kind of already read this one. So, decent spot, though. Pretty decent spot to wait. Hello. 'Tis done. Pray, guard his vessel well. Oh, I shall. Unukalhai is as I and the other scions were on the first, a soul with form, yet no true body. Thus, 'twas a simple matter to transfer him to the vessel using the self-same process as before. To withdraw his essence once across the rift ought to prove similarly straightforward. However, I fear that such an existence cannot sustain itself indefinitely. Look to the Ascians' example. Their persistent use of flesh and blood vessels surely hath cause. Be it danger akin to that which would have befallen us had we not returned to the source, I know not, but the time may come when the boy requireth a fully corporeal form. Should this come to pass, I trust that thou shalt come to his aid. I'll do my best. For the moment, however, thou needst only convey the spirit vessel to Becklug. Farewell, both of thee. Thank you. Much appreciated. All right. Well, let's go shard hopping on over to the first. Away! All right. I believe we left Becklug here in the Cabinet of Curiosity. Or at least I certainly hope so, because otherwise I do not know where to look. Excellent, here you are, good. Back again, are you? I'm flattered that you've grown so fond of Norvred. Or I would be, but you have that expression you lot always wear when you're about to ask me for something. You know me so well. I have here Unukalhai's spirit vessel. Best not tell anyone else about this, lest you suddenly find yourself everyone's first choice in interworld ferry services. Hadn't considered that, but yes. Good point, text. Here you go. You did what? After all the perils your friends faced, and the labors we undertook to return them to your world, you've brought another soul across the rift. Have you no common sense? Nope. It's fine, just work your magic. Magics, whichever. I do not. Sorry. Clearly. Nevertheless, for my own peace of mind, I'll assume you have compelling reason for this. Removing spirit from vessel will be easy enough, I suppose. However, it requires a few moments without your breathing down my neck. Also, your friend is unlikely to materialize with clothes on, so I doubt they'll want an audience. You should wait here. Perhaps take the opportunity for some self-reflection. I'll see what I can do. Oh, very well. At least I tried. We'll find you at the Wandering Stairs directly then. Sounds good. I'll meet you over there. No time for self-reflection. Too busy being helpful. All right, here we are. I think I'm to check back in with you. You want me to speak with someone? Very well. You've done the same at my request often enough. Boy, that's true. How long are we meant to wait for this friend of yours? I do have work to do, you know. Ah, there you are. Pardon the delay. It took some time to acquire robes of an appropriate size. Is this them? Almost. Just wait 2 seconds. Hey, looking good. Silva. What? Unukalhai? Indeed, it is I. Trust me, I can barely believe that I'm here myself. I should think so. When I sent Dermot to ask after you, it never occurred to me that you might be able to cross the rift without Asian aid. No mysterious mask this time. Lost your taste for subterfuge, I see. My choices and my reasons are my own now. If I'm to have faith in them, in myself, I cannot hide who I am. Speaking of which, Unukalhai was kind enough to fill me in, unlike some. I wonder who she's talking about. And I was interested in hearing of an erstwhile hero of the 13th serving libations at the Wandering Stairs. But that this hero should be you surpasses the scope of even my considerable imaginings. Was that you at Grenna's Licht? Grenna's... boy, I had it figured out, and now it's been a little bit and I've forgotten. Grenna's Licht. So long ago. Not so long to me, or you, mayhap. Though I had thought I might at last put those days behind me. But perhaps this is for the best. They are not all bad memories. They never are. I should very much like to hear your story, should you be willing to share it. Our world, like this one, had its share of would-be heroes, myself and Unukalhai among them. Unlike your warriors of light, however, each was unaware of or unconcerned with our fellows. But to fight alone is to fall alone, and the insidious ether of the Orosite used to seal primals corrupted once noble souls and turned them, one by one, to darkness. Even those who resisted this fate could not escape its consequences. No surprise, perhaps, as we continued to struggle in solitude. We were spared by Asian machinations, but only as our world met its death. But what if that death could be undone? I was told that much of the first was consumed by light, as our home was by darkness, yet balance and life are being restored to even that scoured land they call the empty. If such a thing is possible, then why not the reverse? Could we not bring light back to the 13th? Even the Asians considered the 13th lost. Thus was it excluded from the rejoining. But what say you? You have a way of making miracles happen. I kind of do. Anything is possible. The world of darkness was not in a state I'd consider salvageable. It was a little bit of a mess there every time we've been. But, you know, we've done a lot of impossible things lately, so wouldn't rule it out. That doesn't sound like an empty platitude coming from you. It was the same with Ardbert. Pardon the interruption, but might I suggest a closer examination of conditions on the 13th before we form any conclusions? How exactly do you propose we do that in a safe manner? We could use the Crystal Tower to open a void gate, couldn't we? Please. Curious though I am, that seems irresponsible. And that's an understatement. How would we do that in a safe way?
According to the records, there was a group who worked out how to open small void gates, through which to summon minor fell beasts and the like. Magics of that nature should work, though I am unsure if any with knowledge of the original technique yet live. That does sound very familiar, and yes, we do know of a particularly talented little boy who has figured out a thing or two in that regard through much hard work and no small amount of poor black mage training. He's right over there. At the same bar, turns out. A lot of coincidences for y'all today. How fortunate. Let's inquire with this Tainer immediately. Yes, you do that. In the meantime, I will ready a means for peering into the depths of the void without endangering ourselves. Use these to contact me when you're prepared to open the gate. Okie dokie. We shall, at the very first opportunity, I promise.
Well, huzzah! You really are looking much better not in your A Realm Reborn, most basic robe. The fashion has come a long way in several expansions. It's good to see you getting a proper upgrade. What a fascinating place to spend one's days. I should love to hear more about the patrons that have passed through. He really hasn't aged a day. Not that it should surprise me of all people, but that's true. I'm really enjoying this. Side characters who turned out to be more important than we thought, and just a character introduced for a Heavensward trial series that didn't seem like he would have a whole lot of other important things going on. He mentioned stuff about being from the 13th and the world we call the Void and stuff like that, even earlier on than we were really learning much about shards or other, other worlds out there, like this one. Well before Shadowbringers, pulled back the curtain on all that stuff, Unukalhai was dropping hints, and then we didn't see him for an entire expansion and a half. But now he's getting looped back in because he's relevant to stuff again, even as a side character. I love 14 doing this kind of thing. I just love it having that consideration of all the characters and stuff that it's brought in and introduced before, and that they don't just drop and forget these characters. Anyway. It's always a pleasure, Derman. Aye, but who's your friend? I don't believe we've met. We've not, as I'm not from this world. The situation's rather complicated, but I hope that you might be willing to assist me. It is true that we had the means to open such portals. We call them hollows, and it was through one of these that I was drawn into the rift. So it is possible. Not with my power alone. I understand the greatness of your need, and were Nielbert still at my side, I should be glad to make the attempt, but the technique required the combined force of our energies in resonance. If one person's magics are insufficient, perhaps I could assist. From what I can sense, our ethereal reserves are roughly equivalent, and our physical similarities suggest that our energies are not incompatible. I fear you underestimate the difficulty of the task. Nielbert and I were born for this, and even so, it took us years before our efforts were perfectly in step. I realize that it's a lot to ask considering that we've just met, but could we not at least attempt it? Yours is the only such magic I've ever heard of, and if we might actually be able to save my home. May I interject? You'll recall that the crystals in my possession preserve the memories of the former Warriors of Light, including Nielbert's, in ethereal form. And Unukalhai here has a particular talent for interpreting the minds and motives of ethereal beings, the primals. If I could apply the same principles to interpret Nielbert's crystal. An experiment worth trying, at the least. I'll fetch it. Speak to me, Nielbert.
Do his memories of training with Tainer remain? They do. And such strong sentiment with them. Tainer, you should know that Nielbert desired nothing so much as to rescue you, his dearest friend. He held so fiercely to his memories of the technique you mastered together because he hoped that they might be your salvation. Ah, Nielbert. I won't let them go to waste. I'll do what I can to help see the 13th restored. Thank you. I won't pretend I understand the half of what's going on here. Just keep them from running headlong into anything too dangerous, will you? You've come to the wrong guy, but I'll do my best. Nothing to worry about so long as you're around, I'm sure. Wicked White, I nearly forgot. I have a half dozen orders to fill. You know where to find me when you've made progress with the gate. Thank you. Well, huzzah! Looks like we've got a little plan coming together. And I was going to split all this across a couple of episodes, but we're making good time. Why not? Let's go ahead and see the rest of it. What? We're ready when you are. Oh, sort of a relevant little bit of dialogue for quest stuff or other random small talk. I did warn you. Oh, right, about the drinks night with Louis treating. Right, okay. Anyway, you. Unukalhai would hone his newfound skill. If you have no objection, Tainer, I'd like to practice creating hollows as soon as possible. Of course, but not within the Crystarium. If we succeed in opening even the smallest window into that realm, it's likely that fell creatures will emerge. Follow me. Good, good, good. It's a plan. All right, you stay here and just hold down the fort. I've got to go babysit. Boys, please wait for the babysitter. Boys. Oh, there they are. Very responsible of you to bring this little experiment out away from town into a nice little safe place far away. But please wait. There you are. Please tell Tainer we can begin. How responsible of you. Assuming no one ventures near, this location should be suitable. Unukalhai, when I give the word, begin channeling your ether. Nielbert's memories will have told you as much, but it's imperative that you maintain focus on our ethereal resonance throughout this process. With that in mind, Derman, I ask that you take care of any creatures that emerge from the hollow. They should not be of a strength to challenge you, but it will allow us to adjust our attunement without risk. I'm on the job. Then let us begin. Come on, flow where I tell you to. Let me attempt to match your focus. It opened. It's small, but enough to let something through. Be ready, Derman. That's our cue. I do enjoy that the little Final Fantasy X elemental sprites have found a place here in the MMO. Good to see them still getting work. Okay. Away with you. Be gone. That will just about do, I think. Okay. Job's done. How are we feeling? It's been quite a while since I opened a gate between worlds like this. But there are some things we never forget, aren't there? You did great. So did you. How are you doing? That was far too much effort for such a small gate. On the contrary, given this was your first attempt, it's incredible that we succeeded at all. Now, try synchronizing your breath with mine. Focus on the rhythm of the ethereal flow. All right, I'm ready. Aha! A larger hollow. Of course, the void scent may be proportionally stronger.
Sounds like it's time for us again. Yeah. You weren't kidding. All right. Stay back here, please. Let Dermot handle it. There we are. Good, good, good. Well done, boys. It's been quite a while since I opened a gate between worlds like that. Okay, it's the same as before. Well done.
Where your breath ends, mine begins. Where your ether flows, mine follows. Together.
Bringing in that World of Darkness theme from the Crystal Tower raids, but also just from Final Fantasy III for the World of Void. I like that theme taking on more contextual meaning over time. It's very good.
Unbelievable. Full attunement so soon. Be ready, Dermot.
Okay. Gracious. Well done, boys, but please. These are getting more upsetting to look at every time. Down with you. Okay. Yeah. Good job, team.
I think I've grasped the principle now. I only need to remember the feeling for next time. I almost feel as if I do remember it. Your ether is familiar somehow. But that's impossible, of course.
Huh. I wonder. Wouldn't that be a coincidence?
Like talking to an old friend. Yes, that's what it's like.
I'm starting to suspect this might be the case. Unukalhai's success with Tainer has only made him more eager to proceed.
Now that Tainer and I are capable of performing the necessary magics, I should like to make an attempt at investigating conditions on the 13th. Might I trouble you to contact Becklug?
Okie dokie.
Dermin, are you there? I hope you've not lost focus on the void problem. I have an exciting breakthrough to share. A work of Porksy-related genius, if I do say so myself.
Becklug, excellent timing. We've made considerable progress as well, and are ready to open a portal when you are.
Well then, what say you meet me at Logsdon Loft forthwith? It's far enough from any major aetherites as to avoid the sort of ethereal interference that would be a hindrance to our observation of the void.
Very well. We'll see you at this Logsdon Loft anon, or as soon as I can locate it. I'll lead the way. I too am eager to be one step nearer to our goal. You don't mind if I think of it as our goal, do you? I would be honored. Thank you, Tainer.
They're adorable. But okay, our babysitting responsibilities are not yet concluded. Let's go catch up. Boys! I think they're up here somewhere. This is definitely the area. Kiddos. New best buds. Where are you? I think they might be up here. Yeah, here we are. So, are we ready?
I can still scarce believe how quickly we've progressed. It's almost as if we've been friends all along. It appears Becklug has yet to arrive. Patience, Unukalhai.
We gotta come up with a shorter nickname for you. It's a great name, just very much a mouthful.
I hope you weren't waiting too long. What? You didn't think I'd want to see this for myself? The 13th was my home too, if you recall. Quite. Though, as I explained, we won't be the ones doing the seeing, strictly speaking. This familiar will gather all the information we need, assuming you two can create a hollow for it to pass through. This foggy sunset lighting out here is really nice. I like it. That will do nicely. Now fly, my Porksy! Fly! Well, it's made it in. And something's coming out. Oh, dear. Yikes. My, that is an ugly one, isn't it? Yoips. I see everyone's just sort of standing and waiting like... I'll be doing this myself, I suppose. There are more pressing matters at hand. Fine. I'm doing it, I'm going. Let's handle this thing. Nope. No thank you. Just be dead instead. Thank you. There we go. Yikes. We've already come further than I dared hope. I'm truly fortunate to have found Tainer. As I expected, these creatures hardly pose a challenge to you. Maybe don't tell Sarah about how large and horrible that one was, though. Yes, I suppose we wouldn't want Dad to worry. Those two have really taken to each other, haven't they? I suppose they are of a similar age. In some ways, at any rate. True, I guess not actually, but close enough. Thank you for clearing that up. The Porksy ought to be back any moment now, though I can't sense it. Odd. Perhaps it's lost? If Derman created an etheric beacon as he did for me, it might find its way back more easily. That may work. Give it a go. Okay. It's been a little bit, but I will, do my best. Keep at it. Aha! A distinctly Porksy-like presence. I see the snout. Yay! Pig. There we are. Now close that hollow before anything follows. Well done, boys. I believe it has performed its task thoroughly, as instructed. Good Porksy. With luck, its observations may indeed lead us to a means of driving the darkness from the 13th. However, I'll need to review its findings in detail before I can tell you more, and it could take years to deduce a suitable solution. I admit that I'm impatient to find a way forward, but I have endured millennia with half as much hope as I have now. If I must wait, then that's what I shall do. Like Derman and your warriors of light, I'll persevere until my world is safe once more. That's what a hero does. I think you'll make a good one. You as well. If that's the end of the excitement for the time being, we should head back to the Wandering Stairs. Clear out that pall of anxiety Sarek is spreading all over the place. Good idea. I'll be right behind you. Alrighty, I return. Sarek, I'm here to report. Hope we've not kept you too worried. Ah, you've returned hale and whole. Not that I had any doubt you would, of course. And how did your search of the Hollow go? We may have the information we need to save the 13th. It may be some time, years maybe, until we can be certain, but I'll be here for as long as it takes. On that subject, I've been thinking. Would you be interested in joining us? As a bounty hunter, I mean. Sarek and I hunt down sin eaters and other threats. The first was saved, but it remains far from safe. You could help us protect the people here. I think I would quite like that. Protecting people. If I can do that, then perhaps I'll find the strength I need when the time comes. Strength, you say? Sounds like you could use a dwarf with a massive hammer. Oh, and also the rest of you. Hey, gang. I may have shared the tale of the 13th with a few other noted hunters. Aye, I know what it feels like to fight for something you've already lost, to need to find a way to make it right. And I know that it's not easy to fight on your own, inconvenient as that little truth may be. Thus, a new team is born. This calls for a toast. I don't object, so long as this lot carries their weight. I'm a bounty hunter, not a fuka herder. No buying rounds this time, though. I think Ciela might kill me if we did. Thank you so much. All of you. I'd be honored to fight at your side. I shall do my best to justify the faith you've shown in me, and to save my home. Someday, I hope we can visit it together. I'd like that. And there we go. Thus concludes this little side story. I'm sure we'll be checking in with this bunch again, eventually. But until such time, we've got other stories to get to. So, I'll see you next time for some more story mode. Goodbye!